it's like, I don't know. It depends on how you look at it. It seems like a long time, but then it's like, no, the game's on Saturday.
Yeah, it'll come up.
I can promise you this. John Saccenti, the director of the Las Vegas Bowl, is focused on the game. Is that safe to say, John?
That is safe to say. You know what else is safe to say? I think it's safe to say that we are the most clothed people to ever be at this Hard Rock pool here right now. And the funny thing is, if you look behind us, there's actually a lifeguard on duty. Like somebody's actually going to jump in this pool. There's a lifeguard there.
That's for Jerem.
Protecting the pool.
That's for Jerem right there, man.
He's got the easiest job in the world. There's nobody going in today. Sorry about this.
His dollar per dive amount is way high.
Hey, last time we talked to you, we were in the comforts of Studio B. You brought a friend with you, Elvis, the lowest cut shirt ever in Studio B. That'll never be topped.
Kind of the opposite of this.
Yeah, where's Elvis, man?
Elvis was here last night.
Okay.
He greeted the teams with the showgirls, did a couple numbers. I think he's sleeping it off a little bit right now.
Or eating his signature breakfast, which apparently, like the king at, I think it's
Lucky's.
It's Lucky's.
Yeah.
14 banana pancakes, 14 slices of bacon, and like this peanut butter syrup stuff.
He's busy. He's in there probably. Yeah,
it just sounds amazing because the food is warm, and it would kind of give us a little extra heat.
Yeah,
yes,
can we get some of that king out here?
There's lots of activities this week. What's your personal favorite?
Actually, my personal favorite is probably tonight when we kick off the welcome reception. It's the first official event during Bowl Week. We had team arrivals last night here at the Hard Rock and also at Mandalay Bay for Utah. But I'd say the welcome reception is the first time the two teams are together. We have team highlight videos. Each team gets 3 minutes of highlight videos that we're running on the Viva Vision canopy, which is the world's largest screen. It's cool. It officially kicks off, and it gives you kind of chills. It's go time now.
Is there any concern about BYU and Utah in numbers being in the same place so close in that situation?
A little.
like a couple of years ago, I'd imagine that the haka would break out or something. You know, I don't sense that there's the same vitriol as in season past because they've taken it off, but it could be fun.
No, we spoke to both the teams last night, and it's funny when we went through what was going on. You know, hey, behave yourself. There's cameras all over the place. You know, show some respect for your team, your family, everything else. As soon as we got into Bowl Week and we said, hey, you're going to be in the same room with the other team. Have respect for the other team. Don't cause any issues. Everybody kind of chuckled. Both teams. They did the exact same thing. They both giggled. So clearly they hate each other. But I get the sense that they're going to be very respectful to each other and not do anything. Hey, I'm all for it. Chirp away, talk a little smack, get ready for game day. But the reality of it is take it out on game day on the field.
When this game was announced, I think tickets sold out in like 16.2 seconds, maybe a little bit faster. I don't know. But
according to the Utah people, it did. It was a little longer than that.
In terms of the ticket situation, what's the update there? Is there any way to even get into this game anymore?
Yeah, if you have a ticket. There's no other way. We explored the option of digital seating. The reality of it is that the stadium's not very large. There's security issues. There's logistical issues. To put the bleachers in one end zone, there really wasn't enough to make a significant difference. So, you know what? Having a sellout's a good problem to have. And if they told me you can put a second deck on the stadium by Saturday, we'd do it. But unfortunately, we're going to have to go with what we have.
Sounds super simple.
Yeah.
Just add another deck.
I'm okay with no additional bleachers on the one side. I sat on them as a teenager. When it got going, you were in for kind of an earthquake experience there. But 200 media credentials. 200. You said the most ever.
It is the most ever. We actually had to shut it off. We got a few more requests after the cutoff date. We cut it off, and mostly because we are maxed out in the press box. There's no seats left. There's no space left. We actually had to move our post-game press conference area because the room was just not big enough. We actually have to go back up to the press box where there's a bigger room just because there's so many media. It's amazing. USC Fresno used to be the all-time high, but this one is unbelievable. And we talked about it, the storylines. You not only have the heated rivalry, you have everybody from the state of Utah here, but you got the coaching search going on that everybody kind of wants to get the scoop on. Is one coach flipping over to the other sideline? Who knows? But it's crazy. It's crazy.
John Saccenti, director of the Royal Purple Las Vegas Bowl, with us on set from the Hard Rock Hotel in Las Vegas. Jerem already mentioned the 200 media credentials. It's a sellout game, but is this just from a national standpoint, is this the most hype that a Vegas Bowl has ever had?
I'm gonna say yes. This is my 14th game, and I can't remember a game that's gotten this much attention. I think we talked about it briefly the last time I was in the studio about some of the rankings that were coming out on Bowl Week. I actually got an email yesterday from one of our committee members. They caught on sportingnews.com that this was the #1 game to watch in all of the bowl.
Wow.
Just because, again, the storylines, the heat, you don't see, this is such a unique game, such a unique bowl game to have two bitter rivals that have been playing for 100+ years that just hate each other, the fan bases, the teams, everybody. To play it in a bowl game, you don't see this kind of intensity, and so that's kind of their reasoning by making it #1.
Well, and happened to fit in the window where they're on a 2-year hiatus. I mean, what are the chances?
And we're really smart. Yeah. We're really good at this.
yes, you are.
We thought about it. Yeah.
We planned this years ago.
We've discussed this briefly, in studio and on the phone, but how has the coaching change affected this game and for you guys?
I don't think it has. The first phone call I made when I heard about it was I called Tom Homo and I said, what's the deal? What do we need to know? He said he met with Bronco. Bronco met with the teams. He is coaching this game and business as usual.
Was that a relief to you?
It was. It does make a huge difference having to work with an interim. I think the players' attitude changes a little bit when the coach is actually gone. But
substitute teacher.
Exactly. But I've seen everybody's. It seems business as usual to me. Bronco's been great. We had a nice conversation last night. I know there's some more coaches leaving, so I'm sure there's some disappointment from the kids. But the fact that they're all still here, they're coaching the game, and they know they get to play their rival and hopefully beat their rival, they don't need any extra motivation.
That's the thing. When the ball kicks off, it's go time.
They don't need any motivation.
For both teams. BYU as an independent is unique in that they schedule their bowl game arrangements long beforehand. It worked out this year that they came to the Las Vegas Bowl. They have the Poinsettia Bowl lined up in the near future. Would you consider BYU as an independent again for the Las Vegas Bowl at some point in the future?
I'd say we definitely would have that conversation again. Now, that conversation can't take place for a couple years. Our conference contracts run to 2019, so it won't happen between now and 2019 for sure. We would probably a couple years before have that conversation again. We have to get the Mountain West involved. There's a lot of things that go into that process, but we would certainly entertain it. BYU's been great for our game, great for our city. I know they're here at the Hard Rock. The Hard Rock loves having them here, so we would certainly entertain it. But the state of college athletics, nobody knows what's going to happen in 2019. They may be in a conference. They who knows what's going to happen, but we'd have that conversation.
Yeah, we don't know what's going to happen in 4 days from now, let alone 4 years.
I don't know what's going to happen this afternoon.
Well, I know what's going to happen in 10 minutes. I'm going to be in the heat.
Yeah, that's exactly right. Well, how has BYU helped maybe grow the Vegas Bowl in some way?
Tremendously. We talk about that all the time. This event, years ago, before 2005, they used to have an NCAA rule that said you had to have, not tickets sold, you had to have 25,000 bodies in the stadium. And we were kind of bouncing around that, trying to make that number, trying to meet the number. That year we took BYU, we blew that out of the water. We secured ourselves for the next 2 years. Now they've gotten rid of that rule since then, so it doesn't even apply anymore. But what that did is it kind of set us into the next level. It changed the perception of, hey, this is a big time event. It's a sold out event. This is on a different level now. And then people were buying tickets early. They didn't want to get shut out the next year, and we were able to capitalize that year after year. So they play a huge role in the history of this game.
You said this will be game number 14, correct?
Yes.
Do you have a favorite Vegas Bowl memory from the 14 games that you've been a part of?
Well, I'm hoping this year is that memory. We've had a lot of great memories. We've had, a lot of great players come through here. A lot of great stories. We were joking last night about one of our funniest memories was when BYU played Oregon State a few years ago, and you had a punt that went up and literally went back 2 yards. It was a negative 2-yard punt. We're going, how is that even possible? Luckily those days playing on a Tuesday night at 6 o'clock and it was freezing cold, the wind was going. I think we're going to be okay this year. It's 61 is the forecast and sunny in the middle of the day.
ABC National.
I could jump in the pool with that weather.
We've grown a little bit since then, but no, they've all had very special stories coming out of each and every one of them, and hope this one kind of does the same.
We still need to find a theater for Star Wars tomorrow night. Do you have a recommendation for us?
I actually do, but you're not going to like it.
This is very important for Jerem.
Yeah, no, I want to go.
Let's figure this out. Yeah.
No, the Utah football team is actually rented out a theater. They're going as a team. So if
it's free,
I dare you to put all your BYU gear on and go with them.
If it's free, I'll go.
Jerem,
I'll sit next to Britt and Covey. We'll hang out.
Think about this. Would you really do that?
And then I'll ask Kyle, you come and do it? What's going on, man? We gonna do this?
John, it's been great to have you, man.
You guys, thanks for all you do. We appreciate you supporting the game, and tell everybody, all those Twitter people out there, there's no contest, the coaching search of the game. Start tweeting the game's the most important thing. Come on.
There you go.
Come on.
We have received a Twitter answer from John Saccenti. Again, great to talk to you, man. Thanks for the time.
Great for you guys. Whatever you need while you're here, you let us know, and the Hard Rock will take great care of you. It's a great property.
We got it. We are glad to be here in Las Vegas. Vegas Bowl in 4 days. John Saccenti says that should be the #1 headline. It's what matters most. What do you think, BYU Sports Nation? Send in your tweets.